Hello, Marcel McDermott here. Just wanted to update you on the annual report project. I'm looking at your homepage for the online Principles of Accounting class, and if you go to Chapter 2, click on Chapter 2, scroll down, you'll see the annual report project is right here, and I've got the document downloaded already. But basically, some instructions are here. You have to pick a company that's publicly traded on the stock exchange, either the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. What that means is we could basically buy a share of stock in that company. The public company is required to publish their financial statements annually, and the annual report you want to look at is called a 10K, 10-K. Make sure you don't confuse that with a 10Q. That's the quarterly financials. You need to be looking at the 10K. And they have to publish that with the Securities and Exchange Commission. We're going to take a look at GameStop. That's a company that you can buy stock in, and we can find out if it's public or not by going to Yahoo Finance. And if we go to Yahoo Finance, we can see that GameStop is a company. You can buy it for $43.18. The initials, the stock initials are GME, and NYSE is the New York Stock Exchange. You can find out some information about about the company. Going back to Blackboard, so basically you're going to want to print out the annual report project, and you're going to fill in this information. So let me just make that a little larger. The name of the company in this case would be GameStop. Type of company, are they merchandising, financial, manufacturing, service? GameStop is a retailer or merchandising company. Major type of products or services. GameStop sells new and used video games and gaming systems. And then the year covered by the report. So if we go to GameStop Corporate, if you scroll all the way down, I don't know that you can see this, but on the very bottom, it's just below the line here, it says corporate. If I click on corporate, it takes me to basically to the investor relations section. Is that right here? Let's see here. It takes me to the investor relations section, and investor relations is an area that you're going to find information on. So if I click on that, it's going to take me to where I can find that information. And then you can see here quick links. We want to go to the SEC filings, and then see where it says all forms here. I'm going to change that to annual filings. I'm going to click search, and you can see here that we've got the 10K for the year ending 2014, the 10K for 2013, 2012, and 2011. So if I click on the PDF, I can find the GameStop 10K. And if we scroll through this, you can see here I can go to different sections of the annual report. If you were to look at this, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. Basically, it's 116 pages long. Okay, so I'm not asking you to print this stuff out. The best way to find a lot of the stuff is doing keyword searches or clicking on different parts of the index, which is right here. Okay, some different things involved. All right, so going back to the form, indicate the title of the financial statements within the annual report. For the balance sheet and for the income statement, statement of cash flows, what I'd like you to put down is the title. Sometimes it might just be total assets, but they might call it something else. So you want to write down the title, and then you want to put in the amount of the total assets, total liabilities, total stockholders' equity for these financial statements. So for example, if I go to the GameStop, and if I look risk factors, I'm looking for the financial statements. Let's see, financial statements and supplementary data, which is item number 8. If I click on that, it takes me right there. Let's go back. Let's see here. Balance sheet. Okay, so I can go to the balance sheet. So you can see the balance sheet right here. GameStop, it says consolidated balance sheet. So consolidated balance sheet would be what I would put in there for this right here, consolidated balance sheet. Going back, you can see that total assets are total assets, and what I would do is put, total assets, and then I would take the most recent year, February 1st, 2014. This is in millions of dollars, so this is $4.091.4 billion in sales. Okay, I guess that's a lot of video games. And then I would go and put this on the format here and fill it out. What is the net income? Well, as you know from Chapter 1, net income is on the income statement. So if I go back to the annual report, here's the consolidated balance sheet. Here's the consolidated statement of operations. This is the net income right here. If you look, you can see that the net income or net loss is $354.2 million for the latest year. But instead of calling it an income statement, they called it a consolidated statement of operations. So back here on the income statement, I would call that the consolidated statement of operations. And then how much is the net income? Again, it is $354.2 million. Okay, for the year 52 weeks ended February 1st, 2014. What did you learn about the company by reading the notes to the financial statements? Again, just after the financial statements, consolidated statement of income. If you keep scrolling down, these are the notes to the financial statement, notes to consolidated financial statements. So you can read the information here. It'll tell you some information about the company. So what you want to do is you want to include some of the things here, give two examples. What audit opinion was expressed, and do the auditors have any concerns? Going back to the financial statement, let's see. Going to the index, I'm looking for the auditors. Let's see. Management discussion and analysis. Principal, let's see. I'm going to actually download a Word document. And hopefully that'll open up for me. Okay. So here, being in a Word document, I have to hit enable. It's going to allow me to do this. I can use the find key now. I can make this a little bit bigger as well. And I can type in a keyword opinion, because I know that the auditor's opinion is going to be in there. I'm going to click on the second one. All right, if I scroll up, okay, this is the report of independent registered public accounting firm, and this is telling you what they've done. We have audited the internal controls of the financial reporting of GameStop Corporation, and you can read this here. In our opinion, the company maintained in all material respects effective internal controls over financial reporting February 1st, 2014, based on the criteria established in internal controls. And we've also audited in accordance with the standards and an unqualified opinion. So basically what they're saying is they didn't have any issues and the financial statements were done in accordance with GAAP. So if we go back to this, what type of audit opinion was expressed? Unqualified. Do the auditors have any concerns? If they do, they would list them. Going to the next one, what's the net income for 5 years? So let's see, they did 2014, 5 years earlier. Let's just put in 2010. So I'm going to go back to the financial statements and I'm going to put in the year 2010 and I'm going to do search, and I'm just going to go through there and see if I can find 5 years worth of data. All right, and here you can see that 2014 is 1 year, 13, 12, 11, 10. So, and then if we scroll down right here, you can see that the net income is right here, and you can look at the net income for the last 5 years. So again, by putting in not the last 2 years, but maybe 3 or 4 years ago, then it should give you the latest net income. So hey, they had a great year in 2014, but in 2013 they lost $270 million. They had some good years other than that. So again, this is going to be the net income for the 5 years. So that's going to answer the question we have here. Number 9, refer to the management discussion and analysis. List 5 topics that were discussed. Does management have any concerns? Again, going to the financial statements, we can put in management discussion, and there's nothing in there, so maybe we just put in, let's see, maybe I'll go to this, and we can look management discussion and analysis, page 31. Okay, so if I click on that, management discussion and analysis, and then you can read that information and pull out the key things in there. Okay, so again, a combination of using the table of contents, and then this will bring you right back to the table of contents, or doing, downloading it in Word and doing a keyword search over here. Okay, going back to the form, list the foreign companies that the company operates in. Again, there's going to be several, so you might want to talk about what regions do they work in. List 2 directors and their titles. So the directors are not employees of GameStop. So let's take a look. If we look at Yahoo Finance for a second, GME is the company, and if we go to let's see, profile, company profile. We scroll down here, you can see that these are some of the directors. These are people of the company, so let's see. All right, let's go back to the Word document. I'm going to type in the word directors. And it's not in there. Let's go to directors, executive officers, and corporate governance. So if we scroll down a little bit, okay, you can see that some of the people in here, see how these first group of people are all employees of the company, but if you look, see the directors, these directors are on the board of directors, but they're not employees of the GameStop Corporation. So you can pick this person and this person, you can do a Google search on them, and you can find out. So for example, Stephen R. Kunin, if I copy that name and I go here and I do a Google search on him, I find that so he's the president of Turner Entertainment Networks. Okay, so and what we find there is age 56, so that's the company that he works for, and then you would put that in there, and then you would search another director for that. It says, is the chairman of the board also the chief executive officer? And then what is his or her name? By going back to the thing here, we can scroll up. J. Paul Raines is the chief executive officer and director. Okay, but then you've got an executive chairman and director. So if we go back to the question, is the